Say goodbye to your coconut girl. Local boys say goodbye. She's a coconut girl in a high fashion.
Hey guys, it's Miranda. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is by far my favorite video that I have ever released. So on today's video, I am showing you how I transformed my 92-year-old grandmother's 66-year-old wedding dress into something entirely different to wear for my engagement photos. A little bit of a backstory. This year I'm getting married, and a couple months ago, I was over at my grandmother's house, and as a joke, she's like, let's try on my wedding dress and see if it fits you. And to both of our surprises, it fit absolutely perfectly. For a second, I actually considered DIYing it and wearing it to my own wedding, but that just seemed a little bit too stressful for me, so I was like, okay, I have an even better idea. Let's do something with this thing and wear it for my engagement photos. And yes, I have her full blessing. She was like, please do whatever you want with it. She loves my YouTube channel. So Nana, this one is for you. Stay tuned, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I transformed my grandmother's wedding dress into something entirely different for my engagement photos. And stay tuned, because at the end, I'm gonna show you the reaction of me showing it to my grandmother for the first time. Here we go. Oh, and I'll include some photos from the engagement shoot as well. Okay, so here is the before of my grandmother's wedding dress. It is absolutely stunning before I did anything to it. I cannot believe this thing is 60 years old. Like, it's honestly still in style. It had tons of tulle, lace, beading, a full skirt, a long train, some scalloped edges, and buttons all down the back. Okay, so I'm over at my mom's house now, and we are about to dive in. There's no turning back. Even my mom's cat is like, are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to cut up your grandmother's wedding dress? So anyways, I had a vision, but I was like, I really don't know. I just need to jump right into this thing, and let's do it. So I started by cutting off the beautiful lace sleeves, and then I want to take off all the tulle and all the lace from the skirt. So I am just going through with precision scissors, and I am just cutting apart the top layer from the bottom layer. And I will say the bulk of this project was really just kind of like deconstructing the gorgeous work that was done to this dress, which is kind of sad, but stay with me guys, it's gonna come out good, I swear. So I'm removing the lace from the individual buttons that go down the entirety of the back of the dress, and it's kind of funny because now that I'm in the search to find my wedding dress for my big day, I've tried on a ton of dresses, and all the dresses that have the button detailing down the back, the buttons are not real. There's a zipper underneath, and with this wedding dress, the buttons are real. Like, you had to literally button them all to get in and out of this thing. So it's just kind of a testament to like the craftsmanship of this beautiful dress. And now that I have the outer lace tulle layer detached from the waistline, I'm removing that to reveal this beautiful silk fabric that's underneath. The bodice of the dress has the outer lace layer attached as well. It is sewn on across each individual dart along the sides, the front, and the scalloped edge across the top. So I'm just going through and repeating the process of cutting off all of the lace. And day one complete, this is what we are left with. So this is when I was kind of like, oh crap, did I make a mistake here? This thing is like super matronly slash medieval looking, but stick with me here. Day two involved some serious shaping of this dress. So first thing that we did was we just took in the sleeves to make it a little bit more of a spaghetti strap. I also wanted to get rid of that scalloped edging, so we kind of started by just folding that over, pinning it into place, and then we're going to sew that part down. It still wasn't really low enough, and it was kind of giving me like little kid first communion vibes, so we ended up taking down the neckline even more later on. Day three involved getting rid of the actual train of the wedding dress, which my mom and I kind of went back and forth about this, but I really wanted this thing to be less of a wedding dress and more of like an evening gown vibe, so the train had to go, which was tough to do, but we did it. So we cut off about 3 inches all around to start. That was not nearly enough, so we ended up just actually folding it up, cutting a clean line across the back, and then we'll eventually hem the bottom. There was a ton of bulk on the side of the dress because the fabric was really gathered, so we ended up going in and taking 4 inches on each side of the side seam, and then that still wasn't enough, so we did 4 more inches on each side. Just to slim this thing down a little bit, and you'll see why. So it's starting to look better, but still, the way that the bodice is attached to the skirt is giving me major colonial woman vibes. So I was like, we literally have to detach the top from the skirt. There is literally no other way. But as I said earlier, we loved the button detailing around the back, so my mom had the awesome idea of like a hybrid version of giving the illusion of a two-piece, but really it's just a cutout and the dress is still intact in the back. I skipped the filming a lot of this process because it was really just a ton of seam ripping and then sewing back together, and there was a ton of gathering that had to be accounted for in the bottom of the skirt, but this is what it looked like once the cutout was done. Part of my vision from the start was to add this badass slit up the side of the dress, so I am just seam ripping along one of the side seams. We're going through pinning that down and then hemming into place, and now we are getting into what I like to call the extra sugar and spice. From the start, I knew that I needed to find a way to incorporate feathers into this look because, quick story, when I was wedding dress shopping, I was like, show me something with feathers. I'd love to try something on like that. And my consultant was like, they don't make wedding dresses with feathers. So I was like, okay, well, getting my damn feathers one way or another. So I went on Amazon and I found these ostrich feather boas in the color ivory that I felt like matched the silk perfectly. So as you can see, I just hand sewed the feather boas all along the slit, and then I figured why not do it across the entire bottom of the dress itself. I was totally going for this like old Hollywood vibe. And yeah, this was probably the most tedious part of the project. I went through, I think, 5 different feather boas to take up the entirety of the slit and the skirt, but totally worth it. And it is now time for the engagement photos. Okay, so I just had my trial makeup run, and we are on our way to the engagement photos. Here we go. Okay, engagement photos done. And now we're going to see my grandmother and show her the dress in person. Hello!
What is it?
Hi! Wait, you gotta get a reaction. What do you think? Okay, I'm sorry. This reaction is everything.
Big. Oh, you had a two-piece.
It's connected on the back.
Oh,
We left your buttons.
Oh, you left them. Oh, beautiful. Can you believe I was that small?
What do you think?
I love it.
Oh, I'm so glad you love it.
I
Huh?
love you people. Good luck. You stay together.
She approves. Oh my gosh, this was so freaking cool. My grandmother then showed us her original photo that she still has up in her house of her in her wedding dress, her like wedding portrait.
Yeah.
Next, we sat down together and looked through the original wedding album. Oh, that's the photo.
It seems so serious.
Here are some of my favorite shots from the engagement photos. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy with how the dress translated on camera. Like I said, I was going for that like old Hollywood vibe, so shout out to my photographers at Pablo and Samantha for hooking me up with the perfect venue for my vision. Shout out to my fiance for going along with all my extraness, and to my mom for helping me with the construction of the dress. Thank you so much for watching this YouTube tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed. Nana, thank you for donating me your beautiful, gorgeous wedding dress and letting me make something entirely new out of it. Guys, if you like what you saw, please subscribe below. Follow me on Instagram, pineapple_princess_creations for all my creative projects, and my full blog posts will be linked at modern-renaissance-sisters.com. Till next time, fellow tropics, stay fabulous.